Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and nice to meet you if this is your first time. So my name is Kay and I'm back with another video. This one is going to be a story time about this girl that fucking peed on us. Well, kinda. Okay, kinda. For 7 years straight at my school, and I used to take that shit so serious. Like, it was times where I would cry because I'm like, oh my god, we look a mess. Like, just a Leo as fuck, confrontational. Like, y'all need to get y'all shit together because I'm not gonna go out here on this field or this court looking like trash. Like, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how it was. And let me just say before I start, I use bitch and hoe as a term of endearment. I love all them hoes. It's never no disrespect. Every year we would have a mandatory cheer camp. Now normally JV would have their own cheer camp and then varsity would have theirs separately. But this particular year, it was together. So we had JV and varsity staying at a hotel and commuting every day to the same camp, learning the same stunts, and doing the same routines and cheers together. And we had got to a point where the college cheerleaders that was hosting the camp, they was like, hey, I know we having fun and shit, but y'all not about to be able to get everything that we want y'all to learn in this little bit of time because we're behind. One day at the camp, these people like, y'all finna learn a routine. But the problem is we don't have time to keep going over this routine. So we finna run through it. Y'all gonna learn it and then y'all gonna go home. Y'all gonna go home and perfect it and come back tomorrow with it all done because we don't have time to spend on this. So I'm like, do they not know that we're not going home? Is anybody gonna tell them that we're at a hotel? What is he talking about? Y'all, we learned the routine. Then we go back to the hotel. We thinking that we about to chill. You know, we'll run through the routine when we want to run through the routine. But at this point, I need a shower. Let's wind down and all this other stuff. We had 3 coaches. One of our coaches was like, y'all come out here. They have a tennis court. We're about to practice on the tennis court. Girl. First of all, like I just said during the beginning of this video, it was the summer. We done spent this whole day pretty much learning this routine in this hot ass gym, and now we finna come to a tennis court outside with the sun beating down on our necks. Child. We go out there and she like, we're gonna do it till we get it right. So I'm like, oh shit. Child, like I said before, I used to be feeling like, okay, if I know we look a mess, it's going to be other people who do not think that we look particularly bad. So they're just doing shit like they don't really give a fuck. We look okay. And she's going to keep making us stop. Y'all, why is that exactly what happened? We got to the point where she was like 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're starting not even a whole 8 count in. She like, stop, start over. Somebody messed up. So we get to the point, man, after like 10 times of that shit, we like, okay, who messing up for real? Who is messing up? It's hot out here. So we keep going. And one of the times she says 5, 6, 7, 8, we're doing the routine. And we noticed that one girl is not moving. She's not doing the routine. So we like, at this point, exhausted. At this point, we exhausted. We over it. So we like, what's up? Like, so the coach says, why you not dancing? And at that moment, everybody looks down. This girl is standing up there pissing on herself. She is standing peeing on herself out here on these people's tennis court. know, we wasn't like mean about it or nothing like that. Cause at the end of the day, like, yeah, you probably should have said you had to pee, but at this point, it is what it is. What's done is done. So the coach is like, just go inside. We keep on doing our routine out there on the tennis court and we get our shit together. So we got it together and we about to go back inside the hotel. We get to the door and the coach is like, nobody say anything about it. Nobody mentioned nothing. I mean, no jokes, no nothing. Nobody say anything about it. So I'm like, we're not gonna say nothing anyway because we don't want her to feel bad. But the girls are still looking at her like, you took a shower. Cause we was sharing beds. But the girls were still looking like, anyway. We get inside and she's already in the bed. So I'm like, oh man. So everybody goes to like, you know, just make conversation, like not to make her feel bad or whatever. So the next day at camp, we knock out our routine. We're running through everything. And then they tell us that it's time for stunting. So we're kind of excited because we have our little stunt groups that we've had for years and we just, you know, rock and roll with them. But then they tell us that they're gonna switch us around a little bit. It just so happens that the girl that had the accident was appointed to my stunt group for our new flyer. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, we're bonding. We just had like a moment yesterday where we made you feel better, you know, about your situation or whatever. So I'm like, we're cool. We get to lifting her up and all of a sudden, I smell this fucking smell that's like, what is that? What is that scent? Girl. So we put her down again. So again, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, and we have to lift her back up. The next time I'm like, what the fuck is that smell for real? Y'all tell me why we look down. This girl got them fucking shoes on that she had just peed in the day before. You just peed out of them fucking shoes and you're gonna wear those today? Like, even if you didn't have no shoes, you should have told the coach. Mind you, we had 3 coaches. All 3 of them had cheer shoes. All 3 of them. So it's like, you didn't tell nobody. So we're not trying to make her feel bad, but at a certain point, she getting rude about this shit. She getting kind of rude. Like, every time I'm like, what size do you wear? So I can ask coach such and such if you could use her shoes. And she like, ignoring us every time we tried to help her. And I'm like, okay, how I understand that you know, feeling your type of way about what the fuck you did in your shoes and shit, and you don't want nobody else to know, and I understand that. But we're the ones who keep lifting you. You ain't smelling nothing that's down on the floor. You can't smell your fucking shoes. We can. After like the 4th time of me asking this girl, what size do you wear, honey? Them shoes is not getting it. So she get kind of like rude and stank about it. And now she like snapping her neck and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, girl, I'm already trying to consider your feelings. I'm trying to consider your feelings. But my nose is getting offended as fuck. That shit is foul as hell. So the coach sees us visibly upset. Like, everybody in the stunt group mad as hell. Except her. Of course, she just got this little salty ass attitude. So the coach pulls me aside and says like, what's going on? I'm like, she got them shoes on that she had just peed in yesterday, and them things is loud. They loud. They real fucking loud. Like, the smell radiating from them shoes right now is really pissing us off. It really, really, really is. So the coach busts out laughing. She busts out laughing. Not to mention, she laughing so fucking hard, like she has to walk outside. And I'm like, what the fuck is funny? I get how it's funny, like it's even funny after the fact, but girl, in that moment, it's like, we done been smelling this shit about to pass the fuck out, and you're gonna laugh? And then you're not gonna pull her and be like, hey, get my shoes? I don't give a fuck if them shoes was 6 sizes too big. Give her your shoes because we finna pass the hell out from these fumes. Y'all, she laughed so hard till she had to like excuse herself outside. We finished the day off stunting. We finished this whole day, like camp used to be all day, bruh. We finished this whole day stunting. And then we finna go. And then all of a sudden the coach pulls her aside. So the coach is like, what happened today? And the girl tries to make it seem like we was just being mean as fuck to her about the situation that had happened the day before. Like, girl, so she lies as if like that's the only thing that was going on. Like we was just being mean to her for no reason and shit like that. I just told y'all that we wasn't even being mean. We was trying to help her. Like, and nobody else knew about the situation. We was stunting all the way through this shit. Like, we finished the day with her in them stank ass shoes. So the other coaches was like, what happened, y'all? What happened? So we just get to like saying our little piece. We just letting it go. We're like, listen, she got them fucking shoes on now. If y'all want to smell something, like, and see if we're telling the truth, just tell her to take one of them shoes off and sniff the air around the shoe. That shit is stank. We done went this whole day. Tell me why she gets mad at us, y'all, when the coaches go and say, let me smell the shoes, because she was lying about it. They was like, let me smell the shoes. They didn't smell them fucking shoes. They already knew that we was telling the truth anyway. Why we make that shit up? So the girl gets stone cold mad at us, y'all. And when at the end of the camp, she snatched her shoes off her feet, stuffed them into her bag, and like snatch her neck and like literally turn her back on us. So that shit, no, it had me rolling. Cause I'm like, girl, how are you mad? You should have just did what we was saying and got them fucking shoes from the coach. Crazy, right? Just crazy. Needless to say, that was like almost the last day of camp anyway, so we didn't give a fuck. Then we got back to the hotel and she was like, she didn't want to talk to nobody and all this other shit. She ain't stopped no party though. She ain't stopped nothing. Listen, we tried to work with you, but you was being like a rude ass person about the situation. And I just did not appreciate that. Not to mention, bitch, I was getting lightheaded from them shoes. Anyway, y'all, so that was like one of the craziest times that we have had like as a team. Like, it was some shit. It's been shit over the years, like, you know. But that was one of the things that was so bizarre because I'm like, girl, first of all, this whole time you have not been speaking up. Just say that you got to pee. Just say like, hey, I peed in my shoes. Like, can I just borrow some more? Instead of getting there and making our fucking stomachs turn, and then you're gonna have a rude ass attitude about it. Girl, hey, that was bizarre. And the funniest thing is, like, I don't think she ever stopped acting funny until she went to another school. And it's like, girl, nobody holding that shit. You know, if anybody should be mad though, it should be us, not you. Anyway, see y'all later. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.